Popular science fiction fantasy movies like Star Trek and Star Wars might seem too unreal to you, especially the depiction of a dramatic space war involving armed space vehicles. Well, you'll be surprised to know the famous space war movies are, after all, not wholly fiction. Humans have sent spacecraft armed with machine guns into orbit, and weaponizing space remains to be of significant interest for many of the developed countries. Welcome back to the channel, folks. In this video, we'll look back on armed space missions and how space weapons will emerge as an effective medium for warfare going forward in the future. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Let's begin. Surprisingly, space has already been a significant frontier for exercising military might. The Russians, yeah, you're right, those guys, have sent various weaponized space missions into orbit. The Almaz, launched by the Soviet Union in the early 1960s, was a highly confidential military space station program. Under the Almaz program, the Soviets launched multiple armed space stations. These space stations were designed to test military technology, like heavy machine guns in space. The space stations also acted as spy satellites, keeping a sharp eye on capitalist America. In addition to reconnaissance equipment, the Almaz was equipped with a rare 23mm Richter rapid-fire cannon mounted on the station's bottom. This R-23M cannon was the only gun ever to be fired in space. At least that's what we know, considering the confidentiality of such missions. The R-23M is known as a revolver cannon due to its revolver-like rounds. These cannons were able to fire intense rounds, with a fire rate ranging between 1,800 and 2,000 rounds per minute. Solute 3 was one of the space stations launched under Almaz. It flew from Earth on June 25, 1976. The Solute 3 was equipped with a rapid-fire cannon. The station successfully test-fired the aircraft cannon at a Soviet target satellite. This was the first time a machine gun was fired in space. The Almaz was not the only instance of Soviets utilizing space as a ground for flexing their military might. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union developed a unique nuclear weapons launch system called Fractional Orbital Bombardment System, FOBS. By using FOBS to launch nuclear weapons from the low Earth orbit, the Soviet Union would get the upper hand over America. FOBS was given up by the Russians, complying with the SALT II Treaty of 1979. Moving on from the Russians, many other nations have also tested space weapons, or will be doing so very soon in the future. A Japanese space mission, Hayabusa II, was a space blaster deployed for scientific purposes. The Hayabusa II was able to aim and blow up asteroids or any object in its reach. Although the Hayabusa II wasn't used for military purposes, it's still a potential space weapon able to cause considerable destruction. U.S. President Ronald Reagan proposed the Strategic Defense Initiative, a space defense program that would launch satellites against enemy ballistic missiles. These defense satellites were called Brilliant Pebbles, capable of launching small missiles to destroy their target. Many proposals for Brilliant Pebbles included using high-powered lasers, particle beams, and plasma weapons. The prospect for space weapons looks intense, with nations like Russia, the United States, China, India, etc. rigorously investing in space weapons. Just recently, the United States launched its Space Force, the first-ever independent Space Force. The Space Force is a sub-branch of the U.S. Air Force and will take space militarization to the next level. Although the Space Force is still in its formative phases, it's reported that they'll be launching and testing various space weapons very soon. The United States is reported to be working on a more advanced and lethal anti-satellite defense program called ASAT. These ASAT satellites will be able to hinder or destroy enemy satellites for strategic or tactical purposes. Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think is going to happen with space in the military. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel.